What is up, everybody? Welcome to AK Plays. I'm AK. Let's play.
You know, you walked right into that.
I did, didn't I?
Alright, everybody, it is update day, so it's very exciting. We have a bunch of details on the update today, and then they also chose to drop information on the Year 1 Pass, telling us about what to expect and all the details. So I'm going to be going over all the details of the stuff and what I think of it, how it's going to change the game, all that. Now, I know with the Year 1 Pass, people expected this information much earlier on before the game released. And to be fair, it is a little bit late. It probably should have come out before the game did. However, we now get that information now, and we can have all the information to look forward to, all the details, so it's very good to have that information. Now, let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is the buffs and nerfs of this update. They are nerfing the M700 and MK17, both very high damage weapons. The M700 is responsible for a lot of one-shots on the snipers, so I understand that one. I honestly expected more nerfs. If you look at what Division has done in the past, I expected more nerfs. I definitely expected them to do something more about the vector build, but what they chose to do is nerf Safeguard and Crisis Response. Crisis Response is what makes the ammo refill when a vector build loses its armor. Safeguard is what gives the crazy healing. It adds a giant percentage to your healing. I thought they would do something about the clutch gloves, but I guess not. Next, I want to talk about the exotic weapons, and they are the Pestilence and Nemesis, and then the Gearsets Hardwired, Ongoing Directive, and True Patriot. Now, the exotic weapons, I don't want to speculate at what they're going to do. However, I will say that the exotic weapons seem like they are having to do with the talents, what their name has to do with the talents. I don't know if they're going to continue that theme, but it seems like that's what they were going for. So you can kind of speculate with that. However, it is cool to have an LMG exotic and to have a sniper exotic. It's going to be really, really awesome. So looking forward to that. As for the gear sets, I think Hardwired is going to be awesome from what I've heard about what it does. It seems like it's going to get a lot of use, and I think it'll actually make people pretty angry. As for the other two, I think that they might have a role. I don't see them being as popular. We'll see what happens. And then next I want to talk about the buffs. They are buffing the Lavoa, they are buffing the MG5, lightweight M4, AA12 shotgun. They are also going to fix the sharpshooter sniper, because if you've used it, I've complained about it in my specialization video. The sharpshooter sniper is just really, really bad. It feels like it should hit hits that it doesn't. You have the scope on somebody and it just doesn't shoot to the right place. It just seems not necessarily inaccurate, but I don't know if it has to do with its time that it needs to be on target to be accurate. It's just very odd. So they are fixing that. Next, they are nerfing the critical hit and headshot damage rolls that you can get on gear, and they are adding a new PvP map, Fort McNair, which you just saw. And I'm very excited about that. I think that it's going to be nice to have another PvP map, really switch things up, get a change of scenery, and I do hope that it has a little bit better map design, because I've heard a lot of people complaining about the map design of the current PvP maps. I don't think that they're that bad, but if people don't like them, then obviously they want to do something a little different. I am very excited. It'll be nice to get a nice change of scenery. The next thing I want to talk about is Operation Dark Hours, which is coming April 25th, and that will be our raid. And if anything to do with the PvP carries over to the raid, it is going to be extremely difficult, because right now PvE is pretty darn tough. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Get everybody together and go fight Operation Dark Hours. I'm excited about it. And that is coming again April 25th. So very, very nice. Looking forward to that. Next thing I want to talk about is weapon mods. They are getting rid of the negative effects of weapon mods and leaving a lesser positive effect. I think it'll definitely change the game in the way that it's going to be harder to achieve things like crit chance, stability, things like that. Right now you can kind of get to some insane numbers on accuracy, stability, things like that. And I think that that's going to change because it's going to be lesser effects. And I think it's not going to be massive changes, in my opinion. I think it's just going to be small change to the way people play and build. Next thing I want to talk about is they are adding a scope sensitivity slider and a field of view slider, from what I heard, and that's good. Not a huge change for me, other than maybe some scope sensitivity, just because I do like to be able to move a little faster when I'm sniping, to move my scope around. So that'll be good. And obviously they're adding Tidal Basin and World Tier 5, which is going to be great because we might get higher stat rolls, which I'm assuming on World Tier 5, which will help us access skills and skill mods, which they also said they are going to be changing. So it's a little more accessible to get your skills to be nice and powerful. I still don't think it's going to make skills all that well used because the skills really are not as powerful as they were in Division 1. It feels like they're pretty darn underwhelming, in my opinion. Next thing I want to talk about is we are having an apparel event. It's going to be nice. We're going to get a bunch of cosmetics, things like that. I'm not a huge cosmetics person. I think if they have a space suit like I had in Division 1, then I will be very happy. But beyond that, I'm not really looking for anything crazy in particular. Next is the classified assignments. They literally brought it up for like a second in the Year 1 announcement, but they didn't give any details. They literally just said Division 2 classified assignments. And I don't think that's going to have anything to do with classified gear sets. I just think that it's probably going to be some kind of secret missions, things like that, to get something special. So that's going to be cool. Next thing I want to talk about is, not to brag, but I think I called this, was that we are getting a new specialization with a minigun, which I don't think I called it in a video, but and then we are getting 3 more specializations in the future. They haven't announced what they are or when they're coming. But I don't think I announced it in a video or said anything, but I was playing with the team and I was talking to him and I'm like, it would be really cool if we had a minigun specialization, wouldn't it? And I thought to myself, it's not possible that you wouldn't be able to get ammo off the ground. But then I realized maybe they'll just make the ammo piles bigger if you're having that specialization on. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's like. I'm really looking forward to it. I love using the miniguns that are currently mounted in the missions and at the control points. So it's going to be really cool to have one just on my person at all times. So that's going to be really cool. Definitely looking forward to that. As for all of the changes as a whole and what I think of them, I'm very excited about it. I don't see anything hugely controversial that I'm really like, I wish they didn't do this, or I wish they did do this. Obviously, there's things that they still need to do, still things they need to fix, and still some things that I think they should add. Everybody has those opinions. Obviously, I'm a little, not shocked, but I'm a little disappointed that they didn't touch the Defender drone. I felt like it's used by everyone and people are complaining about it nonstop. I know that a lot of people are complaining about not being able to heal on the move or use armor kits while walking. They feel like they're getting locked in place and it's slowing down the game speed. I'm a little surprised they haven't done anything about that, but I do understand that they're trying to make the game like this, so I don't know. We'll see if anything changes on that front. As for the Vector build, I did expect more to be done. I thought that they would touch the clutch gloves a little bit, but I guess not, so we'll see what happens. Shield builds, I thought they would do something about the shields, but they did not. Obviously, they have so much on their plates, and in this first update, I would assume that the majority of this stuff is already been planned, and then the nerfs and buffs were just things that they saw on the very, very first moments of the game coming out, or just that they had tested. I can't imagine that this is immediate reactions to things that are going on. It does take time to make changes in these kind of games. So I'm anticipating that there's going to be future changes that are going to be pretty substantial, and I will definitely let you know if they announce anything like that. But overall, I'm very excited. Looking forward to everything. Really cannot wait for World Tier 5 and to grind for that gear, because all of this World Tier 4 gear that we just grinded for, I don't think it's going to be very useful in about 20 hours. So definitely looking forward to this. It's going to be a great time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all from me today, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I know I went over everything really, really quickly, and I didn't get super in detail, so definitely if you have any questions about anything, just ask me, and I can link you any stuff that you need or let you know about any answers if I have them. I just wanted to go over everything quickly because it was so much information. I didn't want to drag it out for like a 25-minute video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.
functional.